This is Todd Habercorn, and you are...
Josh, it stopped.
This is Todd Habercorn, and you are listening to the Points of Interest podcast right here, right now. Believe it!
On this episode of the Points of Interest podcast, we're live on Twitch, Godzilla vs. Kong, stores we loved that don't exist anymore, all this and more.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
We're live this time. I figured it out. You'd not be surprised. It was a stupid mute button that we could have fixed right then and there. But I get frustrated and just can't see the big picture. Welcome to the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, over here, she is the beautiful and talented. It is Miss Savannah.
Hello there.
And the sultry voice. Even further over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
The only appropriate answer to that.
It is the only appropriate answer to that. I try to keep up with my friends, and I see that you tried to get set up, Savannah, and even included in the setup was a picture of the snowplow you named, and it still didn't work out.
I don't know if you.
Oh, you have the hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh my God! They gave you that, or did you have to make that yourself?
Clear some snow. No, my friend. My friend stored his scooter in my garage over the winter, and as a thank you, he gave me this sweatshirt. I have no idea where he got it, but I accepted it. So.
With the exact name of the plow that you named?
No, because we're Facebook friends. Because he knows,
Okay.
So I don't know if he made it or if they actually sell it somewhere, but I have it.
I hope they sell it somewhere.
It's my legacy.
I hope that your legacy is sold all around the world.
Oh, I'm sure that it is.
Okay.
Well, and it just for someone to see that and not be like, yeah, I'm interested. Come on.
For context of those who are not my Facebook friends, my friend sent her friend a message that said, "Hey, are you single?" Shoot. It's gone.
Let's mingle.
No, she said,
No.
"Hey, are you single? I have a cute friend who I think that you would be great. If you want to set up with, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay. Hey, are you single? I have a cute single friend I would love to set you up with if you're in the market." And then she posted a picture of this snowplow and said she named this plow. Not a picture of me, anything else, just she named this plow. He declined. So.
Oh no!
But I told her that that's the only way that I ever want to be introduced is just a picture of that truck and
Going
she
forward.
named this plow.
Yeah.
My name again is Mr. Plow.
That's what is wrong with the people of the area in which you live in. That's all I have to say.
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to go and the best way to flirt is to show off the plow in which you named, and not only named, but it won in a national competition.
Out of 24,000 names.
Yeah. If that doesn't impress someone, they are not worth your time.
They are not worthy.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. How has the week been for you guys other than not getting a date?
I got my second COVID shot last week and it nearly killed me. No, it didn't, but no. I reacted how you were supposed to, terribly. So I had a long weekend.
Well, and to be fair or whatever, you are a little sensitive to everything.
How dare you?
Exactly.
Not.
Oh, man.
That was
I
funny.
knew it.
That was. Oh, your camera just
So
fell.
much so that
Yep.
the camera fell.
Shit, yeah, okay. We know this.
So I'm curious to how Francis and I will react.
We won't easily be offended.
I'm hoping reception of all kinds gets better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hasn't changed for me yet. I got no 5G upgrade, so I don't know if it just hasn't been released for Android yet, but I don't, so.
All I know is I love having 5G because it's exactly the same as LTE with just a different name. Because I don't see any difference on my phone. I'm like, oh wow, I have 5. Okay, sure, I guess. Everything still loads the same. But yeah, no, I mean, I'll be getting it in 3 weeks, in which I have an entire weekend to recover. And Josh will be having it in a day. I don't know when you have yours.
About a week's time.
I have no idea.
About a week's time. Not this coming weekend, but probably the following. And it'll be nice to just get that all done with, so we can get one step closer to roommate hijinks.
Roommate hijinks.
Yes, roommate hijinks.
Because that has to be a thing.
Or we need each other's biscuits. Woo!
Eat each
Biscuit
other's
eating.
I mean, hopefully.
You can only hope for biscuit.
Francis, I'm coming straight for yours.
I'm telling you, they're ripe and plump and delicious. So it's ready.
As we all dose ourselves with ecstasy and
Yes.
on the first night of roommate hijinks, and just see what happens from there.
Can't wait to lick all your faces.
Exactly. So
I'm gonna be. Have you seen that picture? There's that kid just wearing a pancake on his face and just pouring syrup on. That's just gonna be me on the floor.
let me tell you guys a funny story about ecstasy. I may or may not have been on a dose of ecstasy, and
What?
it's speculative. It's speculative. And the girlfriend may or may not have been on a dose as well. And we were at a Village Inn ordering food for some reason, which you're not hungry on ecstasy, but you had to feel like you had to fit in at I guess. I don't know. Food came onto the table, not appetizing at all. So, you just continue smoking cigarettes and carrying on.
Wait a minute. Ecstasy doesn't improve the taste of food?
You don't want to eat at all.
Oh.
Like, I got what I normally ordered, and it got placed in front of me, and I looked at it and just went, I eat this? Like,
Yeah, this corn on the cob is so bumpy. I don't know what to do with this.
like, this is something I would normally eat? This looks disgusting. So I didn't eat, and at one point I look over, and the girlfriend had taken one of the pancakes off the plate and was rubbing her face with it, butter side on her face, and telling everybody at the table how warm and fluffy and soft it was. That's what I discovered, or realized, I guess, that it was time to go. And even in my blasted out brain, there was still part of reality that was like, we need to get out of here before we get pulled out of here.
Yeah, so I'm going to rub this 20 on my face first before putting it down on the counter and leaving.
Yeah, that was an evening. That was an evening. Speculative.
Speculative.
Yeah, allegedly. It was
Allegedly.
That's such a great word.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if you guys... I'm trying to hit buttons and stuff. Look at that. If you guys saw Godzilla vs. Kong.
Like, why are you trying to hit a button? Oh, I see now. A picture came up. I was like, oh,
yes.
yeah.
There's production in this. If you're going to do something live, you need to have some production.
I suppose I should watch us, huh?
Francis, I know you watched the Godzilla vs. Kong. Savannah,
Mm-hmm.
have you?
No.
No. She says with a scoff on her face. Like, why would I bother with that?
What? No.
Okay. What do you think, Francis?
I like when the monsters are punching each other and fighting each other and clawing at each other. And I like when the actors did nothing except kind of move the story along. Like they kind of push the story. Well, I take no, that's not true, because like the whole King Kong thing is like a huge deal, and it requires the humans for it to even happen with the King Kong thing. But yeah, I mean, I didn't see the movie before it. I was disappointed Ken Watanabe wasn't in this movie.
Well, he died in King of Monsters.
Oh, did he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when it was before Godzilla went atomic, he did something. He blew up a facility or did something to help Godzilla come back or something. I don't remember it. I just saw it like a month ago. I should remember that, but yeah, but the guy, the younger Japanese guy that was in the movie is supposed to be his son.
Oh, of course. Sure it is.
Right.
The only person who calls it Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because I love all the other actors going, well, Godzilla was humanity's savior. And I'm like, yeah. Say Godzilla again. Oh, Godzilla was amazing. It was like, oh man, it's just so bad. But okay, because I was looking for Ken. I was like, oh man, I want Ken in this movie. Like, that's what I'm excited to see.
Let
and
them
then no
fight.
Ken Watanabe.
We didn't get that line.
No, we got nothing.
Yeah.
He's the king for a reason or whatever. Like all these really weird king and like, okay, yeah, like these really lame jokes. But I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think that it's going to start the monster universe, and as I said in my tweet, I'm looking for Kong versus Godzilla versus 50-foot woman, and I'm like, it's going to be great. Even though I think 50 feet is not enough compared to these two, because they're the size of skyscrapers, so maybe not 50 feet. Maybe 500. I don't know.
The big climax fight in Hong Kong was awesome. I thought with all the neon lighting, it kind of gave you a little perspective as to where Kong and Godzilla were in that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, indie director directed this movie, so indie dude made this film, so that's why you see a lot of like kind of cool visual effects and cool set pieces. Like, yeah, I like neon.
I did not like the mind melting aspect of Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, yeah. I mean, whatever. You know, apparently they mentioned it in the previous movie where they're like, whatever the other guy's. What is it? Gohan. What's his name again? The 3-headed one.
Ghidorah.
Or
Ghidorah.
Okay.
Gohan.
Gohan. No.
Gohan. Go ahead, Gohan. DBZ.
Yeah, or I was gonna say Goku, but I'm like, oh, people know who Goku is.
Right.
Gohan. Yeah, no one knows who Gohan is.
I do.
Nerd. So I'm just like, oh yeah. What's his name again?
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah. So apparently, because Ghidorah's necks are so long, they have like this weird style, like a telepathic link between the brains, and so apparently they kept the head at the end of the last movie, and that's the head you see that helps control the Mechagodzilla. Oh, spoilers, everyone.
Yeah, whatever. It's a Godzilla flick. Like, there are no spoilers in a Godzilla flick. I don't think.
No.
You know what's going to happen. There's going to be a fight. You know, there's going to be some atomic breath.
They defibrillate King Kong.
Yeah, they did. Well, one, okay. Yes, they totally defibrillated King Kong. There was also a fucking Lethal Weapon reference where Kong, apparently his shoulder was out of place and slammed it into a building to put his shoulder back into place.
Oh, yeah, it was dislocated.
Yeah, like Riggs. I laughed my balls off when I saw that part. I had to pause it and literally just, wow, that just happened.
Oh, yeah.
There was a spot where it almost seemed like Godzilla was laughing after being punched by Kong. I was like, okay, hang on, we're going back to the 70s era Godzilla if we're gonna have laughing Godzilla.
Well, I mean, look, what am I gonna say? Another reviewer, I actually kind of agree with. I watched a review, and they're like, it's a movie as if 10-year-olds were allowed to make a movie. Right? It's two monsters fighting in ridiculous situations and ridiculous scenarios. Like, oh yeah, hey, yeah, these two gigantic monsters, sure, an aircraft carrier can sustain the weight of two enormous beasts in the middle of the ocean.
You gotta suspend your disbelief.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like, oh yeah. And not only can King Kong hop from one battleship to another without causing much damage, they can just stand on top of this aircraft carrier and everyone's fine afterwards when the battle's over. It's like, okay, well, you know, it's just, again, it's too, like, it's a kid just smashing his toys together, and it's like, it's a great time, and don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But boy, oh boy, just seeing Kong just, you know, just, I don't know, just doing his thing again.
Well, it was a little weird at the beginning, seeing them humanize Kong. I mean, he went for a morning walk. He scratched his ass.
Oh yeah, they did do that. Yeah.
He was taking a shower. He's probably jerking off or something, and then, you know, you discover that it's all a simulation.
I almost expected him to pee at some point in the movie. That they were doing that whole morning routine. I'm like, oh, they're gonna have him pee. Like
he's gonna have a gigantic newspaper.
Right. Well, then I thought, well, how are they going to hide his massive penis in the rest of the movie? Because they can't just have him pee and just have no penis there. And then they're like, right. Unless you're now, okay, we're going to have to make this massive grass skirt for Godzilla so we can't see his bits or something for the rest of the movie. I don't know. It's just whatever. It's fine. I just thought. The only thought I had when they were, so there's a scene where they're trekking King Kong on a ship to Antarctica from Skull Island, which seems to take like days and months or whatever.
I mean, they're on a boat, man. Boats will move that fast.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say, it's like, but all that shit that they have to like sweep, or like, how do they do it? Because it's gonna be massive. Like, it's just gonna be towering. Like, how do they get rid of that on a ship? Like, oh, and the smell, and like, just like, how do they do that?
He was in shackles, right? That had like some play in them, so they just take the play away, and they like just lean over the edge.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, yeah, because the little girl who can speak apparently sign language to King Kong can just sign, hey, whatever the sign is for shit off the side. Like, okay, thanks, Kong.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was a fun movie. It's an American Godzilla flick, so like my expectations were low, if I'm honest. King of Monsters was fun, and this I think showed better shows off the American Godzilla even more than his own movie, the 2014 movie.
You mean better than the Matthew Broderick movie?
Nothing will top that.
In
Nothing.
in one way, Savannah, you are totally correct. Nothing will top that because it's so fucking bad.
But Diddy was on the track.
Oh yeah.
I only saw it once, so
No, I think it was like the ending song, right, or something like that. It was like the end credits music. It was Puff Daddy singing whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
The Matthew Broderick flick just didn't hit any of the Godzilla points. Like, it was a Godzilla by name movie.
What? Godzilla didn't have little baby egg thingies?
No.
No.
The little crab tick like creatures that you saw for just a second that they gave no context to.
Oh yeah.
One of my friends, his son, came up with the concept for those things.
Did it win in like some kind of nationwide?
It wasn't. No, apparently not. Apparently the kid actually works in Hollywood or something. But
okay.
He had a proud dad moment where he had to, show off the spoils of his kid or something. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's cool. I mean, I know. Yeah, they're going to make more movies because they now introduced the Hollow Earth, right?
Question about that. So when Kong is first in there, and then goes through that gravity line, the other side that he fell into was that the Kong side of Hollow Earth, and the other side was not the Kong side, because there were no Kong statues on the first side that he was on. The big Kong hand, the big Kong statue, they were all on that other side of the gravity line.
Right, on the upside down. Cue Millie Bobby Brown, and who's in this movie and is terrible. So yeah, I guess so. I guess the thing is, it's funny. They make it seem like mortal enemies, Godzilla and King Kong, living in
Godzilla and Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong Phooey living in harmony. Like, it made it seem like they lived in the same universe, in the same Hollow Earth. But I don't know.
Man, it's when I was watching it, it's something I thought of and had to pause and actually look up, but nobody had any questions or answers for me.
Because it's going to be the monster universe. There's going to be more. There's going to be more monsters.
Sure.
I don't know what, but yeah.
Apparently, what I've been calling the flying cobra was a war bat.
War bat? So they have Pokemon in this movie. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looked like a cobra.
Okay.
But apparently, it was a fucking bat.
Look, here's what we're proving to Savannah. We're proving that this movie is not worth her time.
Or anybody who's listening.
It's like, if you have 2 hours to spare, do anything else but watch this movie.
Look, I'm going to watch this movie. I'll watch this movie 3 times before I'll watch Justice League.
I know, I saw it. I watched all 4 hours and it was a mess. It's a complete mess.
All right, so I could watch this movie twice. And
yeah.
Oh
my God. Yeah. I fell asleep 7 times watching Justice League. It was so bad.
Well, I have actually heard that from a few people about Godzilla, that they fell asleep before any of the action happened because the human aspect of the story was just so lame.
It's the first Godzilla movie. It was all about Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen and like their marriage and like, it was weird. It was weird how they really concentrated on this couple and you saw Godzilla for like the last 15 minutes of the movie. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but we don't care about these 2 people. We want to see a gigantic lizard monster blowing up, I guess at this point, Los Angeles, right?
Right.
Or whatever city it
was, yeah. But that's what Godzilla flicks should be. Like, I don't understand why they keep trying to put human elements into Godzilla flicks. Just put enough.
Just put enough. I think because, they want to make sure that people rest up before seeing the action stuff because it's so intense, right? So they're like, okay, guys, you can take a nap during this time. That's the cue. You see these characters, take a nap, you got some time. And then once you hear, because they always announce themselves when they're about to fight, right? They roar. They all roar right before they're about to fight. They're like, oh, I'm awake. Okay, I'm ready, and then they do the fight.
One thing I did find really cool, though, because they did make this mecha out of Ghidorah, that the Mecha G roar was very reminiscent to Ghidorah. It kind of had three different levels of scream in it.
Mm-hmm. Was one of them the Wilhelm?
No, sadly, it would have been. Oh man, that just gives me. I wish I didn't have to work, because it's things like that where I just want to just sit in front of my computer and pound out and figure out how to do that in ADR. The
Wilhelm scream?
The Wilhelm scream over the original Ghidorah. I don't know what to call it, for lack of a better term, but his atomic breath.
Mm-hmm.
And then replace it with Wilhelm screams. And that's just that's what I do that's just what I do. I don't go to work anymore. Money's not an option or a thing. It's just,
yeah, you're right. Money will not be an option.
Money will definitely not be a thing. That's for damn sure.
And then when it's the really long, that really long one where it's Godzilla and Mechagodzilla shooting at each other, and then you just elongate the scream going,
oh right,
and it has that artifacting because you're stitching it out.
Oh right. Or just put it on a heavy, a heavy delay.
Yeah.
I don't have the capabilities of doing that currently, but maybe one day. I don't know. Actually, right before we hit record here, Rode, the microphone company and the company that they didn't supply me with because I had to pay them for it. But they created the mixer in which I'm using. They just dropped a new firmware. I'm going to check it out after we do this because I don't want to fuck up the recording. But they added some new features, and I'm pretty excited to check it out, even though I don't have anything that's MIDI controlled.
Do it.
Not yet, anyway.
That was a good Palpatine.
Thank you.
Well, that's actually a pretty good segue, actually, because our sponsor, Poddex.
Oh.
I had to stick with me on this one. Today I pulled out of the interview, I believe. Yes, out of the interview deck. Which talent would you most like to have? And since Francis hit there with such a spot-on voiceover of Palpatine, would you rather be able to shoot lightning out of your hands, or just be a really good voiceover artist?
Wait, just my hands?
That's I'm just throwing that at you right now, just because,
Where else would what?
Come on. Do I have to spell that one out?
Okay.
I just want to go like this and be like. Bow to my whim. Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. It will make you stronger. Will give you focus.
So if I have that option, then lightning. If I don't have that option, then voice acting.
But no, for your own answer though, what talent would you most like to have?
Oh man, the talent to be successful. I think I'd like to be able to make money. I mean, there's so many talented people who know how to market their abilities and their skills and like what they're good at. Like Savannah's good at naming things, and so she marketed it, right? Like she's good at naming things, and now she has a sweatshirt with with the infamous name on it.
Yeah.
And it was marketable, but I don't have anything really. I have like subpar, impersonations that I can do, but that's not really marketable. It's like, hey guys, do you want a really bad Sean Connery? I can do that for you. And it's like, well, I don't know what we could use it for. Don't worry.
But I something I've always said is that like a quote unquote bad impression isn't really a bad impression. It's just another character. Like you could be going for Walter Cronkite, right, and have the cadence, and everything in your head, and it just doesn't come out right. But that could be a totally, that could be your own new character.
But is that like a character that I want to put out into the world?
Well, I don't know.
Shitty Walter Cronkite.
It's just the first thing that popped in my head. I don't know.
It needs to be something that, like, again, that's the thing, marketing and being able to provide a thing that's something that people are looking for. Like, there's so many artists out there who are incredible. They do their commissions. I see it on Twitter all the time. They're like, hey, I have commissions are open. And I look at their commissions, $120 for like this one pick, like one drawing I can do for you. It's like, that's unbelievable that someone would pay $120 for this one drawing, but people will because they're incredibly talented and they know how to market themselves. That's the talent I want, is to be able to like,
absolutely,
to be marketable.
How do I put myself out there in a way that's like people want what I have?
Well, and that's something that you and I have been struggling with and talking about for 8 years now. How do we market ourselves? How do we get ourselves out there? How do we sell ourselves? And even our agent couldn't do that for us. But we were, we got to a point where, I mean, yes, she was a friend, but she didn't. There was no need for her to be like, I'm gonna read. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, there was no, she didn't have to take us under her wing.
No.
But she was like, you guys are awesome. You guys have something that is marketable. We just need to figure out, how to get it in there.
I've been trying to find that. No, I feel like in the case of something like that, we've been kind of in a situation right now where a year of our lives have kind of disappeared, and we were kind of building that up, right? Like we're building that up in a way that we can market ourselves. And luckily that thing happened because now we were able to bring the more talented Savannah on with us. Because we wouldn't have. I mean, would we have done that had the pandemic not happened? Would we have brought Savannah on, or you, Ashley? For all I knew, she was dead. No, I mean, no. For all I knew, like she was doing her own thing, and I didn't.
I'm just a figment of your imagination, actually.
Yeah, that wasn't an awkward hug.
No,
that you received. That was just total figment.
This was it was a Tyler Durden moment. I was like, oh,
I am your Tyler Durden.
Oh my god! Wow, I'm really good at this. At least I know how to pick them. No, but like, I don't feel like, I don't know. It's like lightning striking, right? I think that's all it is. It's like you just have to be at the right place at the right time sometimes and become like Logan Paul or something. Terrible example, but still, he's incredibly popular. He's a millionaire. He doesn't ever have to work again, and yet he continues to. Or like Kim Kardashian, if only Savannah and I had been able to put out that sex tape, man, we would have been millionaires.
We still can.
I know. Yeah.
Roommate hijinks.
Roommate hijinks.
But like, it's that lightning in a bottle, and I feel like that's something that I'd love to. And I said that I answered too long, so there you go. Your turn.
Savannah, what talent would you like to have that you don't currently?
I don't know. I feel like good impressions or good voiceover work, really, because it's like the one thing that can like make anybody like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's impressed when you can just like whip out a perfect like impression.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I do super geeked up, and on occasion I'll do like an impression, and I'm like, oh, they liked it. That's weird. Like, why?
I used to be really good at it, and I don't know what happened. Probably smoking cigarettes probably happened.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I mean, I don't think your voice is terrible or anything. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with your voice.
You know, you say that like the voice that I hear in my head, I can tolerate, but I hear myself talking in any sort of recording, and I'm just like, how do you guys put up with this?
Oh, jeez.
I had to film a short, like a spot with my foster dog, and I filmed it like 6 times, and I was like, I hate every single one of these. Fine, just take one. Pick one. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm super obnoxious, and
you're on TV though, aren't you?
This time it was not. I pre-recorded it.
Oh.
So, yeah.
But you put yourself out there in the public.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed. Like I know people I know a lot of people don't like it because they like are embarrassed about what they'll say or what they'll look like, and it's like it's a fleeting moment in time, like whatever.
Well, I like to think so.
And I interview. I feel like I interview fairly well because I do it a lot. So.
Well, see, the thing is that like we'll always be able to find your appearances on the news channel just because everything's in the digital age now.
I don't even care. Like whatever.
I may or may not have been looking for Francis' appearance on The Price is Right for like the last 2 years.
It's 2006.
I really want to see that too.
I'm pretty sure it's 2006. I'm the last contestant. Bob hates that I slowly walk down the aisle because he's rushing me. He's like telling me to hurry up. I'm like, I'm trying to, high five everyone on the way down. Sorry, Bob. But yeah, it's 2006. 2006, I think in December. So if you want to look, then I think that's the month that my episode came out, and I recorded it in like August or something like that, like July or August, and I think they put it on December. So
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's always
like
good to have it.
that
That
day.
seems like a show that they would definitely have a bank, a bank of episodes, at the ready.
I mean, I feel bad because I went with a sorority of girls who were trying to get on. And I went, and they all were like, pick me, pick me, pick me. And they did it well, because the producers go down the line and talk to groups. And we were part of a group. And the sorority girl's like, oh my God, pick me. And I'm like, well, yeah, you should go ahead and pick them because, they're hilarious. And I'm just like overacting. And I'm like,
using your
top.
radio guy voice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just hamming it up, I'm sure.
Oh my God, I hammed it up so much. And then and then they're all sad because it's like the last contestant, and the camera's like swerving all over the place. I'm like, oh, I guess we didn't get picked, and everyone's kind of, because they all got the shirts too. I was the only one dressed normally. I was dressed in like a t-shirt and shorts, and everyone was dressed with like the matching t-shirts. And they're like, I guess we're never gonna see ourselves on TV. And it's like, Francis Fernandez, you're the next contestant on The Prize is Right. Come on now. And I'm like, what? And they just, and then the steely, angry gazes from them all looking at me. I'm like, sorry, ladies. And I'm just like, high-fiving everyone. Like, oh yeah. So, yeah, I made people unhappy. But I did get a mailbox and a cordless phone from that scenario.
The mailbox is the best part. A Price is Right mailbox, which I'm sure you ran home and was like, where can I add this to the apartment complex I live in? Like, Mr. Mailman, I don't care that I'm in apartment 2D. Put my mail in this one, unlocked mailbox.
Don't you see the Sharpie that says 2D on
on
the mailbox? That's where you put the mail. Yeah, it was stupid. But anyway,
I appeared on the news as a kid a few times. One of the local channels used to do a thing at the end of their telecast where they would go to a park or a school or the grocery store, and their thing was having people do a thumbs up. That was just their thing. Yeah. So they would cut in 30 seconds. They would have like 25 cuts of people just doing thumbs up. Mm-hmm. And I was in one of those montages once. And
that's fun.
It's on a VHS tape. I know exactly which tape it is. I just need to buy a device in which to convert it. And then I could play it on here. That would be rad.
Yeah. Oh man, I'd love to see that. It just
yep. Oh, and it's me just like as much as I can, just sticking my thumb up as hard as possible.
Like you're going,
yeah. Like take my thumb.
Sit on this thumb. Yeah. No, that's I mean I don't. You know what? It's been 10 years. I should just go back on the show. I wasn't allowed to go back onto Price is Right for 10 years. If I make it onto the, I need you two with me though, so that we can all be up there. We can all wear matching T-shirts that say POI. You know.
Roommate hijinks.
Yeah, that says roommate hijinks. And
sponsored by POI.
Yeah. And I want us to just go up there and talk to Drew and be like, you were great on, Whose Line? And then we rip our shirts off and everything. Like, oh, that'd be great.
Josh is up there going.
So no, but like, what it would be is Savannah would get picked, but then all three of us would stand up and be like, "We're doing this as a three-way, Drew." Almost said Bob. It'd be cool if Bob was there for that episode, but. What?
Yeah, I got one of his last ones because I think it was done the following year. I think.
Yeah, because I don't think he's made an appearance in the last 2 years.
Yeah, he was all about spaying and neutering your pets.
Yep. Well, we are all about Poddex, and thank you for them for sponsoring us. That was our little Poddex segment. Poddex is a unique interview question and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. They also have an app, which is really cool. The cards are kind of like Cards Against Humanity, different interview and topics, much like the one we did today. So you can go to poddex.com and get 10% off using our promo code POI Pod.
Wait, did you answer the question, Josh?
Yeah.
No. I too would want to be marketable. Really, I mean that's really
we're boring.
No, I mean, but that's the thing. Nobody. It doesn't matter how good you are at something if you're not marketable and nobody sees the thing that you're good at. It doesn't matter.
That's true. That's why I'm always, I'm like really humbled by the people who interact with me, who are people who have watched like Super Geeked Up or something, or whatever, and they say stuff to me on Twitter. I'm like, man, you don't have to. Like, you're cool. You don't have to say anything to me. I'm nobody. Like, I'm just the guy who makes stupid voices every once in a while. Like, it's all good.
Yeah. Don't know how to transfer out of that.
Do your best Palpatine voice and go into the next segment.
Next. I got nothing. I don't know. So I was thinking about stores.
I remember that scene from the movie.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything. I froze up.
Next. Like, yes. Waving the next thing in. It's like, I need the next thing.
If Palpatine was on that MTV show.
I'm done with Order 65. Next.
Next.
I'm ready for 66.
So I was thinking about stores that were a ton of fun to go to that don't exist anymore or don't exist in the same way. Because I realized that Spencer's still does exist, but I haven't seen a Spencer's in probably 15 years.
We've got one here.
Well, when I get that second shot, I know where I'm going.
Just for Spencer's.
Yeah, I mean, I'll stay at your house, but I'm just there for the Spencer's. You see how I just invited myself to your house as well?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
I got bunk beds.
Oh, I mean that's still cool, but so the most recent being Toys R Us that left our existence. For years of my adult years, I have spent one of my days off going to a Toys R Us to just roam the shelves. Because every once in a while, depending on which Toys R Us you went to, you might find something really cool. I miss doing that.
In high school, we went there and just rode the bikes around.
See, that's awesome.
Oh, that's right, because they were on the ground floor and they weren't attached to anything. You just pull them out and ride them.
Hold them around.
Yep.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. You're right. I remember doing that too. Oh man. That's so funny.
My friends and I, we had a lot of super Kmarts here. And we would go.
Ours just closed.
Oh, wow. We haven't had Kmarts here for a while, but like we would go there and they would have gigantic towers of TP and we would just ride bikes into them. Or have a wrestling match type of thing. Not to the point where they do it in Walmart today. Just a lot of Irish whips into things like those displays, but, and I should have pulled a picture. I think I mentioned it on here a few weeks ago, but I used to work at a place a long time ago called Incredible Universe, and the building was taken over after Tandy closed it. It was taken over by Sears, and now Sears, because Sears, they've left the building empty for a few years now, and they have started to actually, the building is huge, and they have decided to split it into 2 or more units. While doing so, they removed the facade from the building, and I know it's a facade. And I just see Francis just shaking his head.
Shaking my head.
And
really?
By removing the facade, they have exposed the original paint of Incredible Universe. And it brought back a lot of nostalgia for me, which is part of where this whole topic kind of came up. But I miss stores like Incredible Universe was awesome because it wasn't just an electronics store. I mean, it was a video game store. It was a Radio Shack. There was a karaoke bar. Well, not bar, but karaoke room. It was just a fun place to hang out.
Way of life.
Did you guys have Media Play?
Yep.
I used to love going to Media Play. I didn't even buy things most of the time when I went there. It was just a fun store to go to.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to get the brain going here with. It's just like Toys R Us was fun to go to. I didn't buy a lot because it was expensive there, but it's fun to go. Media Play, KB Toys.
Mm-hmm.
KB Toys actually was an awesome place to get the ones here anyway, because you could find really old toys. Like I picked up a shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the
for my documents.
With the what do they call it when it's got like the fuzzy fur stuff on the outside, the fletching or something like that? I don't know what it's called, but like it's
Bolting?
I don't know what it's called, but it's a splinter that looks like it's actually hairy.
Oh.
And it's super rare, and it was just sitting on the peg at this KB Toys. I'm like, oh, I'm buying that shit. So again, a fun store to go to. Didn't buy a whole lot there, unless it was something. Like I said, it was that stuck out to me. But Sam
like
Goody,
Harry Splinter. Yeah, I get you.
You know, like Sam Goody, fun store to go to. Which I didn't know was actually owned by MediaPlay, or the people that owned MediaPlay. I was unaware of that until I was pulling these pictures.
I mean, look, Goody's got it.
Goody did have it though. Goody had everything.
Yeah.
I miss Blockbuster.
Like the rental or the or like the video game store.
The rental? What?
Well, I mean, like they had the Blockbuster rental.
Uh-huh.
But then Hollywood wasn't. No, wait, Hollywood was something else. That was a different
Hollywood
was a
Video
separate-
was
Yeah, that was a
separate-
something-
was a whole other thing. Blockbuster was games and
Yeah.
videos and stuff like that. I just remember like renting a N64 for the weekend and playing GoldenEye and also getting Godzilla 2000 on VHS.
So you're not opposed to Godzilla flicks?
What? No, I just
Okay.
I am inherently against Godzilla flicks.
Gotcha. But no, going to Blockbuster on a Friday or Saturday night with your friends, that was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even with your family. I mean, geez.
I mean,
You guys forget that I'm also ridiculously younger than you.
I know. Look, being 25, you don't have to rub it in. I understand.
Yep.
Um,
It's true, guys.
But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, my fond memories of Blockbuster was my girlfriend at the time and I renting international flicks because they had nudity and sex in it.
Do you remember when you finally turned 18 and went behind the curtain? Remember how movie stores had an 18 plus section? Like, what the fuck?
did you remember you'd have to have some kind of subterfuge? So you'd go rent Dumb and Dumber, or
And then cover it up.
and then you go
shameful
behind the 70s beads into the adult section. You get yourself a couple movies, and then you come out with Dumb and Dumber over, Amputees Part 8.
Yeah, and the guy ringing you up goes, "Okay, we got Home Alone, Dumb and Dumber, Angel Blast 6." Like, can you not say it out loud? Oh, sorry, man. I mean, the other movie. Thanks, guy.
And then they always had to put it.
Friday, Angel Blast due tomorrow.
The adult movies were always due the next day. It didn't matter where you went, right? They were always due the next day, and they were always like in a different colored, smoky case than the rest of the videos that they rented. So like, you go to this mom and pop video store, and all of their movies came in a black smoky case, except for the adult ones that came in like a bright red, non-translucent. It was an opaque.
So we know where to clean the stains.
Yeah.
Like you try and sneak back into the house with porno under your arm. You're like, I just rented some movies, Mom.
The funny thing is, I never did that. I don't think I've ever rented porn before. It was always like in the guise of international movies. Like that's for, like,
it's a highbrow,
it's an international flick. Yeah, it's like,
AKA
yes, I know
the
there's-
highbrow guy.
Tasteful nudity.
Yeah, it's like I understand that there's like hardcore sex in this, Italian romantic flick, but they don't know that. And so you just rent that because it made you look sophisticated and you didn't have to hide anything because they didn't care because they didn't know what it was.
Right.
But no, I mean Spencer's nowadays. I've been inside of Spencer's. It's like mostly backpacks and like hats, and then if you go back,
It's like a shitty Hot Topic, basically.
But they still have that little section of like adult stuff. You're 40 and have a penis, right? Like or whatever.
I
and they
remember
still have that
being
little
in
section.
I remember being in middle school or like early high school, and Spencer's was like the fun fucking store to go to.
Yeah.
I
Now they just have
the
wallets.
hat that I wore all throughout high school, I bought at Spencer's.
No, if you want that Batman wallet or that Spider-Man wallet, you go to Spencer's. If you want to get that cool Family Guy backpack, you go to Spencer's. You want that that AC/DC jacket that looks like it's been worn and has the little spikes on the shoulders, you go to Spencer's.
Really?
But then you go to Hot Topic, and Hot Topic is where you get all the anime stuff now. Oh, you want anime T-shirts? That's where you go. You want the really cutesy stuff? Oh, that's where you go. You want like, body jewelry? That's where you go.
Yep.
It's very odd seeing the evolution of the storefront of Hot Topic over the course of 20 years or so, where it was like, when I say this, I don't mean it actually was, but it definitely put the vibe out of gothy and scary. And then it evolved. The logo, Hot Topic, the font hasn't. Well, maybe it has changed now. I haven't seen a Hot Topic.
It hasn't.
But it still has that like gothy look, but like the storefront looks like a fucking Gap now.
Yep.
And I haven't been in one because I don't think I think I'm too old to be in a mall now. Is there age limits on malls? I'm not sure.
No, because there's 90-year-olds walking the mall all the time. Come on. They're trying
Mall
to get their
walkers.
exercise in.
I remember the mall walkers.
But like, no, I've been inside a Hot Topic. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. It's just like weird nerdy stuff now. It's not an alt scene store anymore.
Is that scene not kind of have moved on? All those people have
So
real jobs now.
I was out. I'm training somebody right now, and we're on the road, and these two goth girls, like in full goth wear with the tiny plaid skirt and like the chains and whatever jacket and stuff, and just gothed out with the jet black hair. Or what was just walking down the street with her other goth friend. And I'm like, I haven't seen that in like 20 years. Like, that's unbelievable that they still exist.
I all the time I tell myself, I'm like, this is my time. I'm gonna go full goth now. I never do, but
well, because you have to.
I have the money to. Like, I have the money to do it now, and
yeah, where's the black lipstick and the black eyeliner? Come on now. And the nose ring. You need like the nose ring.
I have a big nose and I don't want to draw attention to it.
Well, then get the eyebrow ring. Yeah.
I used to have my lip pierced. Did you know that?
Which one? Oh, which upper or lower?
I used to have a vertical labret right through front of my lip.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Could you like stick a straw under it and like?
No. No.
I know a girl who has a piercing right between her eyes. Like
the bridge.
The bridge of her nose, yeah.
I've seen those.
Wearing glasses must be a real pain in the ass.
I think they're still out there. We just don't go in the shadows anymore to see them. So I mean, the goths are still out there in force, listening to Metallica or whatever.
I used to have the nape of my neck pierced too.
What, really?
Yeah.
Man.
I used to be cool, you guys. Like, I used to be really fucking cool.
Okay. Nothing says cool like naming a plow. Okay, like come on.
It doesn't. I mean,
slow plows. Like
that's Savannah peaking right there.
I got plowed by Plowy McPlowface.
Exactly. Who can say that? No one except
nobody can say that.
I can't even say that because it's in Metro District, which is the Twin Cities area, and Minneapolis, St. Paul. We have I think we have Oak just gonna plow right past you. I think that's our district.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, places have changed. I'm sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about the nostalgia of a fucking Blockbuster the other day, but
spending like an hour looking for the perfect movie for the weekend. It's just like, yeah.
Right. And then you're like, oh, or you like, you've been thinking about it all week about which one you want to rent. And then it was fucking gone.
Exactly. Because it's like a new release and like, oh, I haven't got the new releases.
Or even if it wasn't a new release and you're like, oh, it'll be there. I want to watch it. And it's gone. Like the one copy. You're like, no.
And going to another Blockbuster was totally not an option.
No. That you had to find an alternative then and there. And then you go up to the counter and they tell you your membership is like expired and you're like, like, all right, I guess I'll have to. Because it was free, wasn't it? You didn't have to pay into it, did you? I don't remember if you had to pay.
No, you just had late fees.
Yeah.
You just had late.
Yeah. Yeah. I always had fucking late fees.
Yeah. I mean, the store wouldn't exist if there wasn't late fees.
Right. Yeah. I still have a movie from one of the movie places here is called Take Two Video, and I still have a movie there.
You took one.
Oh my God! It's like the library book you never returned. It's
Yes.
Yep.
just sitting there.
Yep. And everyone's like, so you're the reason they went out of business, and I was like, me and me alone, because I forgot to return Dodgeball the movie.
The late fees alone would like revitalize that business,
Right?
See,
$750,000.
We were poor enough that we at times didn't even have a working VCR, so we'd have to rent a VCR.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And those things were tanks. That came in a fucking briefcase, for crying out loud.
Well, so did their systems. The systems came in a briefcase.
That's true. That's true too.
Yep.
Which is strange. I had an 8-bit and a Super, but I didn't always have a VCR.
Well, I mean, you don't need a VCR. You're too busy playing video games.
That's true.
We always had a VCR, but we never had games until we. Yeah. So.
First world problems.
First world problems. Now I have all of them. Now that's just the thing that I do. Like right now, for the last week, my goal has been to find a PlayStation 2 for the sole purpose of playing Twisted Metal Black.
I still just.
I bet you can like play on your phone.
Apparently, you can download it off the PlayStation Store. Like everyone's like, you can just do that, and I'm like, I don't have a fucking PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 4.
Well, right.
The only PlayStation I have is a PlayStation 1, and that's for the sole purpose of playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
I mean, don't you have Twisted Metal 1 and 2?
What's that?
Don't you have Twisted Metal 1 and 2?
Nope.
They should re-release that like Tony Hawk. Just release it. Go
as
on.
Popular as
like I said, you can get it on the PlayStation Store, I guess. But I can't find it. I can't like I've gone to like all the places in town that sell used games, and like everyone's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that in a while. I'm like, who is playing this fucking game? Like nobody who gives a shit about this? It's Blockbuster Friday night all over again. And then all my friends who are like, I have it, you can borrow it. And then like their copy is missing. Like they're like, I don't know where it is.
They open up the case and it's just gone.
Yeah, the universe is fucking against me.
It's a conspiracy theory.
I don't. Do you guys remember Bushido Blade?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's something that I would definitely try and go hunt a PS1 down for if I can't find mine, because that game I'd have to hunt down the game too, I guess. But that game was fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I just never got around to it. I mean, no, I did play it. I don't know. I can't. I love that you guys want to play old games. I'm like, I can't do it. They look so bad. Like, I can't do it.
Oh yeah, no, they're terrible. The good graphics. Have you like turned on like an N64 lately, like GoldenEye? Like.
Oh yeah, I've seen Pierce Brosnan in there, and I'm like, is that Pierce Brosnan?
Yep, it's a blob that kind of resembles him. Yeah.
Yeah. I obtained a Raspberry Pi last year, and had thousands of games put on it and a few different emulators, and N64 is one of the games that, or the emulators got put on there, and the games are so muddy looking. But, you know, given the chance, I will play the shit out of Mario 64 all over again.
Oh, sure.
I just don't want to pay $60 for that and 2 other games that I never played. Like, I know, I heard that Odyssey and the other one are great, but no. What?
I have Mario 64.
What?
On N64.
My next shot's in 2 weeks.
Yep, I'll be here.
Ooh. Someone's getting 125 stars.
I'll be waiting.
Collect your red coin, your 8 red coins.
Gross.
You gotta,
I don't know if this is hot or weird. I can't tell right now.
but I gotta find her. I gotta find her secret button. And press her secret button to
That's
collect
enough,
her.
Josh.
It's never enough.
This only needs to making out, not button mashing. All right.
On that note, then.
Whole other thing.
On that note, we will leave in this session. I thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Also, everybody that watches this in post. Appreciate this. You can watch us live 7:30 every Tuesday and come and hang out with us. Miss Savannah, where can people find you on the internets?
On the Twitters. Master of Raptors, all one word.
And you should do that. You'll see pictures of dogs.
Yeah, like Snoop and like Raw and like hot.
Raw dog.
Raw.
What would the picture
Who's
of
Raw
raw
Dog?
dog?
What
Yeah.
is that? What picture is that, Francis?
I don't know. I just assume there's someone named that somewhere.
You can follow my my co-host for life, Raw Dog Francis Fernandez.
Raw Dog Fernandez.
Raw
man,
Dog Fernandez.
Can I change? Yeah, I've been called Stick for a while. I'd like to be called Raw Dog now.
Yeah, I saw our friend Stan call you Joystick the other day, and I lost it. I lost it at work.
Yeah.
Everybody was looking at me. Why are you laughing so hard? I said, you wouldn't understand.
I know there's a couple people who still call me Joystick. It's like, oh, great.
Where can people find you on the internets?
You can find me at your local In-N-Out because they are good. No, they are. Find me on sinceresarcasm.net. Just go there. All my stuff is there. Everything that I do is there. My world is there. All the shows I do is there. Even my Twitter and Instagram are there. Just go there. My 75 of the 76 episodes that I have produced of Online Friends Simulator are there. Where's the 76, you ask? I haven't uploaded it yet, so wait a second.
I'm patient, you know?
Yeah, no,
I thought it was like a mystery, like it's just been lost to the
I mean, that does happen.
to the annals of the internet.
That
Oh my
does happen
goodness.
sometimes. I mean, every podcaster has sat for an hour or even 10 minutes and recorded something, and it just went out to the ether. It's just gone.
And you know what? It's always the best show you've ever done.
Yeah.
I did that with my website like 4 times.
What was that website again? I'm sorry. Which one was that?
It doesn't matter because it doesn't exist anymore. So
Well, what this show does exist, and it does exist now on many different platforms. I had a friend of mine kind of help me out with a hosting site to make it really easy to get it out there to some of the more popular listening avenues. So you can now find us on Spotify, Audible / Amazon Music. What is that? LastFM, Deezer, and Spotify, if I didn't already say that.
you already said Spotify.
Yeah, well, you could find us
I was
there.
thinking to myself, oh, Spotify. Because last time that I tried, it was really hard to get on Spotify. So
Well,
the times have changed.
times have changed. Actually, that they were the quickest to get back. Apple Podcast. That's the other one. They were the slowest to get back.
Yeah, well, because everyone's trying to get their podcast on Apple.
Right. But you can find me at 303_ninja on the Twitters, 303ninja on the Instagram. POIpodcast.com. What else am I missing? Call us. Voicemail or text 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1 because I kind of like synergy, but not really.
I
hate it. The email.
From what I've found is that you don't like it.
No, not really. I just like to say things. The email is thepoipodcast@gmail.com. And I believe that's everything. My wonderful co-hosts that help me out so much on the backside of things that you guys don't get to see. Do you have anything else you would like to add as the song is wrapping up for a second time?
Oh, one more time. Peace out from Raw Dog.
That's it. We're out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will be back next Tuesday. And thank you once again. Bye.